No mai, haere mai, koutou katoa, mai i ngā whenua ronganui o Waitangi. Welcome everyone from the famous grounds of Waitangi. Now, the Maori business sector is one that isn't extensively researched or widely known about, yet it holds an important and unique place in Aotearoa's business environment. Given that and the challenges business leaders from across all sectors are currently facing, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to speak to some people who are not only passionate about giving Maori business leaders a voice, but also providing the right advice to help them and their communities prosper. Accounting and advisory firm BDO has just released its 6th annual BDO Maori Business Sector Report. I spoke to two of their whānau to find out more about the findings of that survey and also, most importantly, learn how Maori business leaders can successfully navigate today's business issues. Kia ora kōrua, Angela and Solomon.
Kia ora.
I'm so looking forward to this kōrero. You're both accountants with BDO, so you know businesses well, you know the challenges they're facing, probably beyond the numbers. You have a Maori business sector at BDO and this Maori business report that has come out. What are some of the key issues and key things you've found from those findings?
What we have seen in this report, which is our 6th report to come out, is people are finding it really tough out there. That's due to the economic conditions we're facing, the political climate we're in, and just the cost of living is really putting pressure on a lot of our businesses.
Angela, this is a really extensive survey, isn't it? More than 150 Māori business leaders across many metrics. What are some of the variations you've seen from the findings?
When we looked at business leaders from 50% or more Māori-owned businesses, we found that they were more positive about their business performance and their business financials than the rest of the survey group.
Really?
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Why was that, do you think?
I think we can only make assumptions, but we think it's because of the cultural basis that they have, the whānau and community ties that they have when they're dealing in business, because it's that balance of people, planet and profit.
Kia ora. Well, we should probably acknowledge the passing of Kingi Te Haiti of this year.
Kia ora.
And I guess one of his lasting legacies will be kotahitanga and what he's done for Māoridom. Have you seen that spirit of unity coming through in Māori businesses?
We're probably seeing more mahitahi, people collaborating to work together to meet common goals. Now we're seeing that a lot we found skill shortages across Māori business, and collaboration is one area where they're sharing some of these skill sets that they have among their own organisations with others. It's really positive. We've seen the collaboration of Māori business both in this survey and in all the previous surveys. So that's a real aspect of Māori business that really shines through.
Solomon, any other kaupapa or themes that you've noticed?
For Māori business leaders, there's a high importance on whānau wellbeing, and our latest survey results show that the biggest driver of success for Māori businesses is a happy and well whānau. Coupled with this is people. So another high importance for our leaders is having an engaged, well-driven and happy employee. Another key focus again for Māori business leaders is around purpose. So our survey results indicate that purpose is their biggest driver for being in business as opposed to profit.
When you say purpose, what do you mean by that?
So for Māori business leaders, what we're seeing is, and what we know is that it's not just about profit, it's about kaupapa, it's about why you're in business, and it's about making an impact on the community, making mokopuna decisions, and everything else that encompasses. It's that lasting legacy. It's not just about making putia.
And any other key findings?
Yeah, so well-being is something that we need to highlight for our Māori business leaders in particular. Our survey results show that they're currently at a low level, which is concerning for our people.
What do you think that is?
There's several factors that weigh into that decline, and the first possibly being around financial measures or their financials, and then I guess the other one, which is very critical, is the fact that our Māori business leaders feel like there's not enough support or people that they can rely on to help them through this tough time. So.
Tēnā kōrua. Well, we've heard about some of the issues that Māori business leaders and businesses are facing. Now let's look at some of the ways they can improve and perhaps be more successful, particularly around the financial business performance.
Okay, we can't get away from people monitoring their cash flow. That is a must. So some of the things that our businesses should be doing is keeping a track on whether they've got enough cash to pay their bills for a start. See what's coming up during the month and make sure you've got the reserves there. If you don't, there are some things you can do. Chase up your debtors, contact your creditors and see if you can make payment plans or delay a payment. People are really good if they know it's coming. That lack of communication can really put you in the deep end. Contact IRD if you're struggling with your cash flow. Look at your stock levels. Just some business 101s.
Don't hide, be open, right?
Yeah. Don't hide, be open and face it, because that helps the stress levels decline if you know that you've got a plan in place.
Angela, one of the issues was Māori business leaders feeling like they were out there on their own. How can we get around that?
Māori business leaders, while they are surrounded by whānau, often they need that support in the business sector. So some of the things they can do is reach out to other local Māori business owners through their Māori business networks. Somewhere like Whāraki is really helpful. There's also government agencies such as Te Puni Kōkiri and Amotai that may be able to help them. And then when we're thinking about what you can do, you've got social media networks and your local trusted business advisors.
Like yourself?
Yes, just reach out to them. We're always here to help. Yeah, definitely.
Solomon, as we've talked about, one of the key measures of success for Māori business leaders is having a happy and well whānau. How do we keep that going?
Yeah, so for Māori business leaders, it's very important that they have a strong work-life balance. And, in terms of when we talk about whānau, we're also talking about our employees. They can also be considered whānau. So one of the key aspects that employers can do to help that engagement process with their employees is bringing them together every morning for a karakia. And also what we've started implementing was the maramataka. And so that's taking the moon phases and through those different moon phases, identifying what kind of energy levels there are. So, for example, there's rākau nui, which is a high energy phase. And so on a day with rākau nui, you can expect your employees to be feeling full of energy and ready to go out and do that mahi. On the other hand, you've got whiro, which is a low energy day. And through that, your employees could be feeling down and not as onto it as they would usually feel. So we found that that's quite an important way of opening up that door in terms of allowing the employees to feedback and share how they're feeling, and again, keeping you in touch with their overall well-being.
So finding ways to lift their wairua or spirits.
Yes, definitely.
Well, maybe you and I should join the Kapahaka group.
Yeah,
we should. Pretty terrible, I've got to say.
Yeah, my son's pretty awesome.
So any other suggestions for keeping that balance and keeping that wairua up for Māori business leaders?
For Māori business leaders, it's very important that they find what fills up their cup or recharges their batteries, and that may, for me, return into your awa, your maunga, your marae, your whānau, your whenua. And I'm very fortunate enough that I actually live on my whenua, and so one of the things that I like to do to get away from all the hustle and bustle is actually take my kids for a walk and my nieces and nephews for a walk into the ngahere, into the taiao, and find a nice place to just get lost and get away from mahi and switch off and get that time to recharge and then go back into the mahi.
Kāra.
Ka pai.
Mihi ana kia kōrua, Angela Solomon. Thank you so much for your kōrero and your wonderful business tips and advice for our Māori business leaders.
Kia ora.
Nā
Kia
mea
ora,
mai.
Mike.